The Dale Warner murder trial continues in Lenawee County, where jurors are back in the courtroom after a visit to the Warner properties Wednesday. Melissa Andrews has bullet points you need to know from today's witnesses and a timeline of when the trial could wrap up. Mel, what can you tell us?
Day 9 brought detailed testimony about cadaver dogs, phone data, handwritten notes, and surveillance video. Michigan State Police Trooper Jack Taff testified he was called to the farm on April 27, 2021 with a canine during the search for Dee Warner. He told jurors cadaver dogs can detect bone, blood, or tissue, even after cleanup, but cannot smell a body sealed inside of a container unless there's odor escaping. Taff said consent to search was revoked that day, forcing them to leave and later return with a warrant.
At that point, I believe I searched the fertilizer barn, and then I began searching toward the back of the property, began walking toward, they had some trucks parked out there, so I began walking back toward those vehicles, and at that point, I was advised the consent was revoked, so I had to stop searching.
Despite multiple searches over months, including barns, fields, and other properties, no alerts were made. A Monroe County detective then detailed a forensic download of Dale Warner's phone. Data showed activity on a Cadillac app and multiple Find My iPhone uses the morning Dee disappeared. Prosecutors also highlighted a Google search weeks later asking what to do with a 1,000-gallon propane tank. An FBI agent described an October 2021 search of vehicles and outbuildings, where agents photographed journals and calendars found in a truck used by Warner. The entries tracked Dee's movements and included accusations that she was lying.
Told me she was at home office and was going to meet the girls for lunch after. Never stops lying about everything. There's a statement that says, I think drugstore, met someone, then to dinner for lunch. She met with counselor at 10 a.m. When I talked to her, she was happy and cheerful.
Finally, a state police detective testified investigators reviewed hundreds of hours of surveillance, focusing on welding activity and a farm tank later tied to Dee's body. He said certain movements by Warner struck him as suspicious, though defense attorneys pressed him about why those questions weren't asked earlier. A juror asked this detective if Dale was questioned after Dee's body was found. He said they tried. The defense objected because he was supposed to simply answer yes or no, but there's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube. The jury heard him say they tried to talk to Dale again, but did not. According to the court, will likely be concluding testimony at the end of next week from both parties. That means this trial could be wrapping up weeks ahead of time. Reporting in Adrian, Melissa Andrews, WTOL 11.
WTOL 11 has been tracking this case since Dee disappeared nearly 5 years ago. You can watch the Dale Warner murder trial live on WTOL 11 Plus. Download WTOL 11 Plus on your TV and watch for free.